As you guys can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a full face first impressions with the stuff that I got from my birthday, Boxycharm and Ipsy. So I got my little coffee cup here. I'm ready to go. If you are, then just keep on watching. So I'm only going to be using the stuff that's new. So I'm going to start off with my eyebrows, and the first brush that I'm going to be using from the Morphe James Charles brush set is the M158. So it looks like it's a nice little spoolie, and this is super thin, so I'm super excited. I'm going to be using the BH Studio Pro Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. Okay, so I got my eyebrows done. This is what they look like. Everything that I tried in the video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on at the end. Also, before I move on to the next step, I did go to Walmart today and I got a few things that I was missing for a full face that I haven't tried yet. So I'm going to haul that for you real quick. So I needed a new blush to try. So I got the Rimmel London Maxi Blush in the shade Rendezvous. I believe that's how you say it. That's what it looks like. It's a pretty deep mauve pink. Then I got a new Maybelline Fit Me Loose finishing powder because this is my favorite drugstore loose powder, and I got a different shade. I got light medium 20. I believe I was using 25 or 30, so I got that. Then I got a new primer. I've been dying to try this because I've heard it's a dupe for the Smashbox primerizer or primer whatever thing. It looks like it. So this is the Master Prime by Maybelline. This is the primer, base, blur, and pore minimizing primer. The next thing I got was the Rimmel London 005 Nude Scandalize Kohl Kajal eye pencil. I needed a nude eyeliner because I don't have one, so there's that. And then I got the new CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade Warm Nude. Apparently this is a Tarte Shape Tape dupe, so I'm excited for that. And everything else I forgot, like mascara, eyeliner, and moisturizer, but that's fine. I'll do all that stuff off camera. So yeah, anyways, my eyebrows are done. Next, I'm going to go in with the Cut Crease Canvas from Makeup Revolution, and I'm going to prime my eyes. So again, this is what the actual product looks like. I'm going to take the M173 brush, which looks like this, and it has like a cute little buffer tip to blend it out. This is to cut creases, but it says that it's an eyeshadow base primer thing, so that's what I'm using it as. Also, I didn't wash my brushes because I'm lazy. So okay, this is hella light. I probably should have stuck with this shade medium, but whatever. It'll make my eyeshadow pop even more. So I don't look crazy right now. So I think I'm gonna use the Maybelline loose powder to set this down because, again, I look crazy right now. Then I'm going to take the Morphe E48 brush, which looks like this, and just tap into the powder and set this down like so. It does give it a nice little brown tint, which, as you can see, is different from the difference from this eye to this eye. So that helps a bit. And I will clean up the top of my eyebrows with foundation, so they're gonna look a little bit wild for now. So just heads up. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm going to okay, so we're going into eyeshadow now. So I think I'm gonna use both palettes. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place palette, which looks like that if you didn't see my haul video. And I'm also gonna be using the Dose of Colors Blushing Berries palette, which looks like this. So for a transition shade, okay, so for a transition shade, I think I'm going to take this yellow shade. I think I'm going to be using the M441, which looks like a nice blending brush. I'm gonna dip into it. And blend that into my crease. Okay, so this yellow is like super pigmented. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Berry Chic, which is the shade right here, just to tone it down a bit. And I'm taking the AOA E126 brush. Do you see all that dust that comes off? This mix with the shade on the yellow is creating like a nice orangey-ish transition shade, which I love. Delish. Okay, so now that I got that all blended out, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe 443, which looks like it's a more, it looks like it's a little fluffy blending brush, but smaller than the other one. It's like kind of tapered. So I'm gonna take the next shade, which is Roseberry, which is a shade right next to the one I just used, and then just apply that a bit lower than where I put the shade. So still in the crease, just not as high, because you still want to see that transition. Oh, these shadows are so pigmented. I'm gonna go back in with the AOA brush just to blend those two together, so there's no harsh lines. So then I'm gonna take the shade right next to that, which is Berry Pop, and pop that on the outer corners. I'm gonna take the AOA E130 brush, which is like a little stiff circular rounder brush, and just gonna pack this on the outer V in a V shape and blend it outwards. And I'm gonna build it up because I want this shade to be super opaque. Now I'm going to mix in the Berry Black, which is the black shade right here. And then I'm going to put it here in the outer V. I'm going to use the same brush. And it's just to make this berry shade a bit deeper. And then after I apply the black, I'm going to go back in with Berry Pop, which is the shade under the black, so you can see more of the berry shade. And I'm literally just tapping into the black, so be very careful because this is a super pigmented black. So I'm going to go back into the berry shade and apply that on top. And just buff it outwards. Okay, so I am going to use this shade, but I'm going to use it on the lower lash line. So I'm going to put this away for now. And I'm going to go back in with the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow base and cut my crease. So I'm going to use the brush that I got in my Ipsy from that brand I couldn't pronounce because it's super flat to like perfect this whole cutting crease situation. I'm gonna tap it over the edge just so it's a bit blended. This brush is so good for cutting creases. Then I'm gonna go back in with that brush I was using for the darker shades and tap over the edge so it looks blended. And then I'm going to use the loose eyeshadow that I got in my Ipsy from the Lenny brand. And for that, I'm going to use the Morphe M224 brush. It's like that. It's like a flat brush. And I'm going to spray it so it doesn't be like all messy or nothing. So I'm just spray my brush a bit. Alright, so I'm gonna just tap over the edges so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm gonna go back in with this brush and pick up that I'm gonna go back in with this brush and pick up that shade Roseberry, which is the shade right here, and just go over the edges because it did get a bit messy. And then I'm gonna go back in with the first shade and the fluffy brush just to blend out those edges again. I have a ton of glitter on my face, but that is the consequences of using a loose eyeshadow. So yeah, I can feel it. So okay, so that is about it for eyes. I'm gonna do eyeliner off camera. Okay, so I applied my falsies, my wing liner, and I'm just gonna take the tape off like so. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Okay, so I love the way the eyeshadow came out. These shadows are super pigmented. And yeah, I am in love with how this came out. Yes. Okay, so let's move on to the face. I'm gonna moisturize off camera and then I will come back with priming. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Pore Minimizing Primer. Oh, this looks like jelly. It doesn't really smell like anything. That's nice. So now we're going to move on to foundation. I'm going to go in with the Revolution Makeup Conceal and Define Foundation in the shade F11. And it comes with a doe foot applicator, so I'm just gonna apply it all over. I think that's enough. And to apply this, I'm going to use the Morphe M439 buffing brush. Okay, this is definitely the perfect brush for foundation. It's not leaving no streaks or nothing. And this shade is closer to my shade, but it seems a bit too pink. I'm just gonna drag it down my neck a bit. Wow, that's nice. Okay, so then I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Concealer in the shade Warm Nude. And then I'm going to use the Morphe sponge to blend it in, but I need to go wet it, so I'll be back. Okay, so I wet the sponge and it did get quite big. It is squishy, not as squishy as my Shop Miss A1, so so yeah, let's go in with the concealer. That's what the applicator looks like, super huge doe foot, and oh, I thought I got a shade too light. This is super creamy. It feels cooling and thick on the under eye, so I'm not gonna put too much because I don't want to go overboard. So I'm gonna go in with this side, the pointy side, and blend that out. Okay, maybe this is a bit too light. Okay, so this is what the concealer looks like blended out. It does look a tad bit too light, but with the setting powder, that should tone it down a bit. So I'm going back in with the Maybelline Fit Me loose setting powder in the shade 20 Light Medium. I'm gonna use this. Should I use the sponge? Okay, I'm gonna use the E48 again and use this for under my eyes. And if I like how it applies, then I'll use this for everywhere I applied concealer, and then the sponge for the rest of the face. Then I'm going to go in with the sponge and lightly set all over the rest of the face. Okay, I'm looking a bit light, as one might say. So let's try to, you know what? I'm going to finish the lower lash line and then we will finish the rest of the face. So I'm going to go into the Zulu by Juvia's palette and I'm going to take the purple shade right here. And let's see what blush I'm going to use. I'm going to take the Morphe M152, which is this cute, small, mini, like, brush. And I'm going to dip into that purple shade. And I'm going to put this as close as I can to the lower lash line. And I'm going to go back into the Dose of Colors Blushing Berries palette with the same brush. And I'm going to take the only shade we didn't use, which was Mixed Berries, which is the shade right here. Oh, it's chocolate. And with the same brush, dip into it and then just blend. And buff it out, smoke it out, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Make sure you dust it off. Okay, so my camera died. So what I did was finish blending out those two shades, and then I went back in with the berry chic shade, which is the first shade that we used, or the second shade, this shade right here, and I just blended out the edges to make it look a bit softer, not so grungy-ish or whatever. So for eyeliner, we have two new ones, and I'm debating on trying to use both of them. Not sure how, but we have this purple one from Hollywood and Vine, and then we have the nude one from Rimmel Scandalized line. So I'm gonna go in on the outer edge with the purple one. Which isn't really showing up. Okay, scrap that. This pencil sucks. So I'm just going to use the nude one to open up the eyes a bit. Okay, so yeah, now I'm done with the eyes. Moving on to the face again. I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution bronzer in Mega Bronzer 02 Warm. So it looks like that. And for that, I'm going to take the M257 brush, which looks like this. It's a powder brush, but everyone on YouTube uses it for bronzer, so that's how I'm going to use it. So, yeah. Okay, so with the same bronzer, I'm just going to contour my nose, and I'm going to take the E62 brush, which looks like this. Dip into it, tap off that excess because this is a bit warm. Okay, now we're going to move on to blush, and for blush we have the Rimmel London Maxi Blush in the shade Rendezvous. And for blush, they say this is the blush brush, so I guess I could try it. This is the M405, so it looks like. So this is the shade. Looks like it has a bit of shimmer in it. And this is super pigmented. Whenever I feel like I apply too much blush, I go back in with my big fluffy brush and just blend everything together. Okay, so for highlight, I don't have a new highlight, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Byron Bay from the Lenny Loose Eyeshadow and just use that. And there's not a highlighter brush in this kit, but this is supposed to be like a pointy blender, and I don't see me ever using this for like blending. So I'm just going to use this for highlighter today. So Got some highlight. Yeah, I definitely prefer this brush for highlighting. Then I'm gonna take the M431, which is like a little pointer brush, and pick up some of that loose highlighter and highlight my brow bone. Or not loose highlighter, loose eyeshadow. And also use that as inner corner highlight. I'm just gonna blend that edge back out so it doesn't look so harsh. Okay, so that's enough of that. I really like it because it has like a really nice gold yellow sheen to it. So I'm probably not gonna even really use this as eyeshadow, more like loose highlighter. I'm gonna apply some of my lip balm, which is the Vaseline Lip Therapy and Pink Bubbly, while I set my eyebrows. Although I do still have a little bit, I'm just not gonna put that much. So I'm gonna set my eyebrows using the Mellow Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Dark Brown. So I'm gonna set my face using the Iconic London Prep and Set Glow Mist and hope that this doesn't just make me look super glittery. So while that's drying, I'm going to do my lips. So I'm going to take the Betty Boo x Ipsy collaboration in the shade Mauve It Baby, which is this color right here. Should probably wipe off my lip balm, right? Then I'm going to go in with the Iconic London Lip Gloss, the Plumping Lip Gloss, in the shade Love Struck. Okay, so that is everything. So let me just, put my accessories on, get my hair ready, get all dolled up, and give you my final thoughts on everything. Okay, so let's start off with the makeup brushes. These are all the brushes that I used, and I still have a whole bunch left. So I really like the way they blend everything out. They're super soft, and this was the best investment ever, I think. So my favorite brush so far is the M158, which is the eyebrow brush. I also like the M527 for bronzer. It blends it out super nice and it's seamless. I really like the M439 for foundation. I'm probably gonna be using this quite a bit. I also like, I like them all. I like them all. So if you were thinking about getting the James Charles Morphe brush set, I think you should go for it. Also, there's always a sale. Like, you can always get like $3.50 off or 20% off coupon. So look out for that, because instead of paying, I think, $150 for the brush set, I ended up paying $119. That's before taxes. So highly recommend. And the sponge is really nice too. I didn't get to use these edges, but they would be good for like cleaning up your bronzer or contour or whatever. It blended out my concealer super nice, and yeah, but you do hear it when it's bouncing on your skin. So yeah, it is a bit dense. Next, the Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation. It still might be a bit too light, so I might have to mix it with my other shade that I have in this foundation, but it is nice. It's full coverage. It sits nicely on the skin, and I already know I was gonna love this foundation. And the packaging is super freaking cute. The iconic London Prep Set and Glow water mist thing. I like it. It doesn't leave my face looking too like glittery or nothing. I do have like a nice glow, so yeah, I really love this, or like it, you know, same thing. The Makeup Revolution bronzer is like a really nice shade. Just go super light handed because this is super pigmented, and right now with a nice light hand it looks really nice. And again, packaging super cute. I love rose gold packaging, and that's a really big bronzer. I have been using this before this because my lips needed it. So the Vaseline Lip Therapy Pink Bubbly scent flavor is really nice. My lips aren't chapped. They haven't been chapped for like the past 2 days, or no, I got this yesterday. How's the past 2 days? They haven't been chapped since I started using it. So I highly recommend, and I'm probably gonna get the other scents because I went to Rite Aid today and I saw that they had like 4 other ones. So I'm probably gonna get more of these and I might start collecting them. Okay. The Rimmel Maxi Blush in the shade Rendezvous. Very pretty. But this is one of those blushes that is like over pigmented. So you have to go with a super light hand. Like literally just dip your brush in and then apply it to the face. The Maybelline Light Medium Loose Powder might be a bit too light for my entire face, so I've only used this where I apply concealer and then use a face powder that is more closer to your complexion, or at least for me, closer to my complexion for the rest of my face. So yeah, but again, this leaves your face looking super smooth. I'm probably gonna get another shade of this, just darker, so I can just set all over my face when I need to. The iconic London lip gloss in the shade Love Struck, the plumping lip gloss. It does tingle a bit, not too much, so I like it. The shine is super pretty as well. Then the Rimmel Scandalize eyeliner in nude. It did show up. It looks nice. I've been looking for a nude eyeliner, so I'm happy I got this. Yeah, I like it. So yeah, I do like that eyeliner. The Lenny Loose Shadow in Byron Bay is not that, you know, opaque even when you spray your brush and use it. So I mean, that it looks nice, but I prefer something a bit more glittery, shimmery for my eyes. So yeah, it is a nice highlighter though. I use it on my nose. Pretty much everywhere I would highlight, I used this, and it looks pretty. So I like that as well. Also, the Betty Boo times Ipsy collaboration, the lipstick in Mauve It Baby. I love this color. It's like in between red, pink, and berry. It's like berry, red, pink mixed in one, and super pretty. It looks kind of like my natural lips, but with like popsicle residue on them, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really do like this lip color. So the Hollywood Vine Kohl eyeliner in purple, I don't like it. It barely showed up, and yeah, I'm gonna try to keep playing around with it to get it to show up or whatever, but that was a pass for me. Get out. Get out. Okay, so the Mellow Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Dark Brown. Pretty nice. Set my brows pretty nicely. They're not crunchy or anything, so yeah, I like that. Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas Full Coverage Eyeshadow Base. I also like my eyeshadows blended out super nice. I cut the crease with it really easily. I love the brush that it comes with. I wouldn't use the brush to cut my crease because it's a bit flimsy and thick, but my eyeshadow looks super nice and vibrant, and I love this. The Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Pore Minimizing Primer. I also really like it. Did what it said it was going to do. My pores look super non-existent, like pore soup. So yeah, I really like this. I'm probably going to buy like a whole bunch of these. The CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I have mine in the shade Warm Nude. This was a bit too light, I think. I might mix it, of course, with my other concealers that are too dark or more on the natural side. But it is super full coverage, like dark circles where? Ooh, what? So highly recommend, and it's super affordable at the drugstore. That was like $8 at Walmart. Last but not least are the 2 eyeshadow palettes. So the Dose of Colors Blushing Berries eyeshadow palette. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. There is one con. There is a crap ton of like kick up when you dip your brush into the actual eyeshadows. So there's that, but the actual eyeshadows themselves are super pigmented, so I highly recommend if you're looking for those types of shades. And that palette is like super perfect for fall. Like it's nice red, very deep tones, so I'm probably gonna be using that quite a bit. And then the Zulu by Juvia's Place palette, which looks like this. These are also super pigmented. I used the yellow shade and the purple shade, and I am impressed. Highly impressed. I'm probably gonna get like cat. Ow! You're so creepy.
What?
Why are you watching me?
Oh. I'm an audience. I paid my ticket.
No, you didn't. Give me the moolahs.
I pay it.
No. Ow. Your butthole. Okay, so back to where I was before my boyfriend rudely interrupted. Yeah, super impressed with this eyeshadow palette. And that is everything new that I tried, I believe. If I didn't, drop a comment down below. So yeah, that is about it for this video. If you liked it, drop a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Drop a comment down below if you want to. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you guys go. It will be up here or one of these little corners. And yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night wherever you guys are, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.